Hey everyone, welcome to the crypto altcoin operating table. We're going to have this tonight, so today rather. It's about 1:30 in the afternoon on Sunday, Father's Day. Happy Father's Day for all you dads out there. All right, so we're just going to take a real quick look, a scan through altcoins and see if there's anything that's worth buying. Of course, with all of this is not financial advice. I'm not your financial advisor. You're responsible for your own trades, managing your own risk, doing your own research. I'm giving my opinion on the market, and we're doing this with the premise that Bitcoin looks pretty rocky right now. But in the event that Bitcoin continues to just move sideways inside of its little range, which we'll talk a little bit about, I think that this will probably be okay for some alts. So let's go ahead and get into this. All right, so first off, what we can see here, we can see Bitcoin. I did want to just kind of take a real quick look at this for a minute. It has been sort of ranging over here, and I would say at this trend line down here at about 93.25. We were talking about this last week, I believe on Friday. We were talking about the importance of breaking down below 92.50, which we haven't done. Also talking about the importance of this top range up here as well. And we're currently just sort of trading inside of this range. And real quick, if we pull fib retrace from this swing low to this swing high up here. We came back to the 50, we ticked the 618 perfectly, which means we should see a move up to about 97.50. Theoretically, we should see a move up to 97.50. And if we see a move up to 97.50, let me just put this into larger perspective. If we make our way up here to 97.50, which is basically, a nice corrective move off of this. If we take this guy right here, we see this as an A, a B, and a C up here to 97.50. Well, you know what that actually is? Let's just pull this from up here, from the top. I'll fix that. All the way down here to the bottom. Let's get this down here. Come on now, come on. There we go. And let me get you all the way up here. And there we go. Always try and get this exactly to the tick, and my mouse isn't always cooperating. All right, if we get this up here to 97.50, well, at 9,800, which I can see us overthrowing this just a little bit, 9,800 is the 618. Okay, so if we're looking at this top up here, if we're taking a look at this, you know what this actually looks like to me? This looks like from up here, a nice little A, B, C into the B, and then A, B, C into the C. So we've got a nice A, B, and then we move our way down for our algo target to the downside, which is at 8,500. So we've talked about this, about 8,550 or so. That seems like a logical path for us to come back down here. And when we get down here into this range, this is when I'm going to be very interested in getting back into Bitcoin, okay? But for right now, we're here to talk about alts. So let's talk about alts. Again, this is not financial advice. We're just going to be doing this very quickly. If you guys have seen my stock scan videos, you know I'm very, very quick about this. I don't want to spend a whole lot of time diving into analysis. I want to take a look at our technicals to see if there's anything that's worth buying. And of course, if there's anything that we have already missed, I'd like to see that as well. Just for further validation that our indicator works. All right, so let's take a look at Bitcoin Cash. We've been watching this guy for a while. Looks like it does want to move up, but right now this is not a buy for us. We had the buy signal back here where we bought in. We actually took profit, I believe, in the mid 230s, came back down, haven't bought back in yet, even though we were talking about buying back in. I got out of that trade. Ethereum probably looks very similar to Bitcoin Cash. A lot of the bigger alts are going to look the same. Again, yes, we had a buy signal back here. That trade would still be in profit, although it does look a little rocky. The 12 hour is just flat. It's been flat for a couple days now. Okay, let's look at Dash. Dash does not look like, so we had a couple buy signals back here at about the $70 level. It's at 70, 74, really hasn't moved much, but it looks like it wants to move down. All right, let's take a look at XMR. Huge wick down here on XMR. And it looks like about that same time we had a buy signal, so that wick down would have been a really great place to get some buys. Of course, that has come and gone. We do look like we are we're crossing bearish on this as well. Litecoin probably very similar. Let's just take a look at this here. This is not a buy for us. It's actually a sell. The 12 hour crossed here. The 3 hours crossed. And yeah, it looks like we're going to be heading down on Litecoin. Let's take a look at Zcash. Again, just because a lot of these are moving down doesn't mean that there's nothing that can move up. This one looks pretty bearish. BNB, this one probably also looks pretty bearish as well. So yes, this one looks bearish. Neo had a nice big spike a couple hours ago. I would imagine probably the buy signal came back here about the same time as a lot of the others did. So that one's no for me. Ethereum Classic here at about 620. This one's not a buy for me right now, although it's getting close. All right, I don't want to fully dismiss this. The 3 hour is getting down there. The 12-hour hasn't crossed. So this might be okay. Maybe another move down to $6 or so, but yeah, I think it's probably going to be pretty close. Link bouncing off the 786. Let's just zoom out on Link here for just a moment. Again, I don't like to do this too often because I think we can get caught up too much in this. But here, if we take a look at this, when we had our nice 5-wave structure down, W, X, Y, probably the Y actually belongs more up here. It does look like it wants to move down based on that. It looks like we have, let me pull this up. I believe this actually went here, maybe even to the 887. Let's just take a look at that. And the 887 to the tick, which means that this is more than likely. Let me just go ahead and clean this up. I know I want to be really quick on a lot of these things here, but let's just say what I think is potentially happening here. I think this is the B, right? I'm not going to get too involved in what this correction looks like. I think it's probably some kind of a complex correction. Maybe this is a W, X, Y, or an A, B, C rather. And then from down here, A, B, run up for the C into the B. Okay, so I know I've got this labeled as a W, X, Y. I think this is an A, B, C in and of itself. And more than likely, what is going to be happening here, this C is going to be coming probably down here. Down pretty low, and then we spiked all the way down here to about $1.40. I don't know if we're going to get all the way back down here again. It's possible it only comes down here to about 250. I do think it probably is going to roll, and it's probably going to fall down a bit. So I wouldn't be interested in getting into Chainlink anytime soon. I think there's other things with better opportunities, just my opinion. So let's just keep on going. EOS. I think that, we had a nice absorption here, pull down and a push up. It's not looking too good short term, so I'm not interested in this. Let's look at XTZ, Tezos. A lot of people are very interested in this one as well. We had the buyback here at about 250, and right now it's at 260. So yeah, I'm not interested in this one right now. Keep on moving, keep on moving. We got to find something that's worth buying. Is Atom worth buying? Atom, we had a buyback here at about 258. It's only at 261. We have a nice, actually Atom looks pretty good. I'm going to put this on a list of things to potentially keep an eye on. Atom against the US dollar. We'll keep an eye on that guy. All right. Qdom, this one had lots and lots of volume, lots and lots of volume moving up. It looks like it probably wants to continue moving up a little bit, but I do think that this is, this trade has come and gone. We had a buy signal back here to about $1.65, and now it's all the way up here to 177. So I'm going to be missing that one. Let's take a look at Waves, see what Waves looks like. This one looks like we had a bullish retest back here. It looks like it is probably going to move up some more. Actually, it looks pretty constructive. Just take this from down here back up there. Possible we come back to $1.17. So we broke through the 50, probably going to move ourselves to the 618, which would be supportive if this 3 hour starts to curl. The 12-hour is still moving down. So even though I do think we probably have a bounce up, I think ultimately this is going to come back down to about $1.17. So I'm not going to be in waves. Let's take a look at Band. We kept an eye on this. I really wanted this guy to come up here to $1.39 to $1.43. It didn't happen. We bought this back here. That trade, if you are in it, it's still in profit, but we got out of this a long time ago. I want to say at about $1.34. So, we made a decent, I want to say 6 to 7% on that. But ultimately, it looks like it's recharging. It looks like it does want to move up. I don't really pay attention to this too much, but let's just take a look at how our indicators look on this, which is really quite interesting. Not very often you see something like this, and I don't like to, trade indicators, right? But you can see here we have a lower high, a lower high, a lower high, and then we're starting to break out. While down here we have a higher low, a higher low, a higher low, potentially a breakout. Looks like it's going to be crossing down, but I do think ultimately this is going to be a strong breakout when it does happen, okay? Now, I do recognize that we may find ourselves coming back down here to about $1.23 or so, which is where we were accumulating. I might consider getting back into this. I'm going to go ahead and set an alert back here at about $1.23 because I think if we come back down there, I think the indicators are probably going to look pretty good. The 3-hour looks really good right now. So I will continue to keep an eye on this guy. All right, OMG. What does OMG look like? We're at the hourly chart. It's looking okay. It's looking okay. It doesn't match my criteria to buy. Nano looks pretty bad. So let's see if Nano. Nope, Nano's not looking good. Nope. Keep on going. Kava probably not going to be good based on the upward movements that we've seen there. I prefer to catch things down here. ONT, this one, nice V-shaped recovery, push through. It looks really good. We had a buy signal back here. We missed that. Keep on going to RLC. RLC, what do you look like? No. Tomo, whatever the heck Tomo is. Probably, it looks short term, maybe a little push up, but it doesn't match criteria for buying. ZRX would have been nice to buy a couple hours ago. The big buy signal is back here at about 32, 33 cents, and it's at 35 cents right now. A lot of the metrics do look pretty good. Keep on going though. That's not going to be a buy for me. Okay. I think we're going to take, did we already take a look at IOST? If it's got, let's see here. I'm just going off the comment Crypto G was talking about here. I know I've got IOST somewhere inside of my, here it is. We'll get down to that one. We'll get to that one here in just a second. Let's see here. Hive, nope. Beam, probably not. Just based off of the price action that I can see here, I feel like, yeah, it's close. It's pretty darn close. I would say I'm going to set an alert down here at about 47 cents. I don't know if it's going to get down that low, but I'll keep an eye on that guy if it gets down there. Let's take a look at ICX. Some consolidation. It looks a little bit bearish, the bearish consolidation. Yeah, it looks like it's probably going to break down, probably come back down here to 30 cents. So no, let's take a look at Ripple. Ripple probably had a buyback here. Yep, and it was right down here at the bottom. So, buying down here at 18.4, something like that, you'd still be in profit there. But ultimately, no. IOTA, this is our BK special on the Discord server, had a buyback here at about 21.5 cents, currently at 22 cents, but no, this is not a buy for me right now, even though it does look like it wants some more upward movement. I would see what happens up here at about 22.9 to 23 cents. I would say there's probably going to be some resistance there, but it looks constructive if you're in that trade. It's not anything that's going to be good for me right now. Algo, this is from a trade that we got into a long time ago, which is come and gone. So let me just go ahead and remove this. This is from a really long time ago. We had a buy signal back here. Looks constructive, but we're not going to be getting into that trade. Theta, I think it probably, yeah, it looks pretty good. It looks like it wants to move up. If this guy comes back down here to about 21.5 cents, I'd say this is probably a pretty good buy. I'm probably not going to take this trade. What I'm looking for are trades to get in right now because this is what time I've got. And if I don't find anything now, I'm not going to buy it. Gosh, look at OGN. This one is a massive buy. It just looks so bad because it had a massive pump and dump, and so for that reason I'm not going to get in this trade, but boy do I want to. I really want to get into this trade. It looks like we've talked about this all the way back here at about 15.9 cents. It's gone up 3x since then. Man, just so much volume and consolidation above this zone. Buying here with a stop loss at like 29 cents could probably work out. Man, I really want to buy this. I'm going to keep an eye on this. OGN. We'll keep an eye on you. I don't want to buy it because of the big pump that just happened. I really avoid things that have done that. But geez, we've got some consolidation that's above where our previous resistance was. It just looks really good. I would like to buy at a retest of about 28 to 29 cents. So I'm going to go ahead and set an alert right here at about 28.5 cents, and we'll watch that guy and see what he does. All right, ENJ looks bad, which is probably pretty good for us here. Let me zoom in. We had the buy. No, I'm not going to take that trade. WRX looks a little constructive for some upside movement, but it's not going to match our criteria. All right, AION had the buy back here at about 10, 11 cents. No, it looks like it wants to move up, but it's not a buy for me right now. Sorry, I'm gonna continue to try and be quick about this. This is not a buy. Let's keep on moving. Is this one a buy? It looks like it's probably not. And no, it's not a buy. Cardano, and again, a nice V-shaped recovery here. Move up, slow bleed, and it's starting to push off again. It's not a buy. H-bar, we talked about this guy all the way back here at the bottom of the correction at about 3.4 cents. And I was talking about all of this resistance that it had to push through, and it is just grinding away through all of this resistance. It's probably going to be a big, big move when this thing does finally break through about 5 cents. But right now, our support is going to be right here at about 4.2 cents. It's not a buy right now. It's not a buy right now, but we'll go ahead and continue to keep an eye on this over time. Good old Matic. We hate Matic, and Matic looks bad. RVN. RVN bounced off of the support level at 19 cents, currently 21 cents. We had a buy back here where we spiked down and recovered. It's not a buy for me right now. And FET, I can already tell this one is not going to be a buy. It is too high up there, even though, yeah, all of the indicators are way up there. Good old Tron. Tron does not look good. Not look good after the massive sell-off. Yeah, no, yeah, there was a buy back here at about 1.5 cents, but that trade is come and gone. ARPA. This could be okay. Yes, ARPA looks good. ARPA, yes. Okay, so the trade set up on ARPA, let's just take a look here. If we take from the bottom and we work our way all the way up here to the top, and let me just kind of zoom out because this one looks good. Yeah, so we had this trade from a long time ago. We've made decent on ARPA in the past. So let's just look at this from the bottom. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4. So that could potentially be either a 1 or an A. If we take it from down there and we go up here, let's change our template to our Elliott. I'm just looking for algo movements here. It's really what I'm aiming for, just finding what algo is at play. It looks like we only maybe even just came down to the 236. Let me zoom out from there. Ooh, this one does look okay, but I'm just not finding an algo that's at play here. Even if we come all the way down there, we would expect this to come down to about 1.2 cents, and it's at almost 1.4 cents, but this looks too good. This looks too good. All right, let's take a look at this from here just one more time. Well, there's our 382, a nice push off. Okay, so if I was going to take this trade, I would be looking for something a little bit like this, getting in right here and stopping down here at the 50, which is going to give me about 3.74% loss. But the algo target to the upside is going to be there for about a 19% gain. So you're looking at a 5-to-1 odds here. I'm going to take this trade. I'm going to take this trade based on what I see here. If it looks weak, I'm going to be out, but I think that this is probably going to look pretty good. So I'm going to take a look. So for ARPA, this is going to be one that I'm going to get into. I'm going to go ahead and mark this guy. He's going to be a trade that I'm going to be very interested in. Let's take a look at a couple others, including IOST. Oh gosh, look at ZIL. Had the buy on ZIL. That trade is already moving up and out of there, so that trade's gone. CHZ, that one had a buy here. It's up and gone. FTM, oh, you know what? I apologize. I'm looking at the hourly. Sorry, I was looking at the 4 hour. So let's go back here. ARPA. Let me just double check that to make sure that we're still okay. Yeah, we're still okay on that. Make sure that trade is still good. ZIL, yes, that buy was back here. We had a couple opportunities to buy, and that trade is up and out. CHZ, that one's way up there. FTM, it looks like some bullish consolidation. Let's see here. VET, good old VChain. VChain is a no. IOST, oh man. IOST is trying to pound through some resistance. If you're already in IOST, I think it's probably safe to stay in there, especially with the hourly starting to move back up. The 12 hours getting up there though. So I would just be very careful. You know, we've got a very clear trend line that we've got that's building here. So keep an eye on this guy right here. Because he's going to be your stop loss. If we break down below that, and right now that stop's going to be at about 58.98, 5600, and the longer that we go, the higher this is going to get. But right now, this looks pretty darn bullish here. Okay, so we're getting close to the end here. I think it does probably want to come back down here and do a retest on this. You know, I don't particularly like trading formations, but if you were, you know, try and get as close to the bottom of this and stop loss, you know, on basically a breakdown here of about 5,600. But yeah, IOST actually looks pretty good if you're already in the trade. Like, we're just going to take a look at a couple others, then I'm going to be done for the day. One looks Doge looks okay. Doge looks okay for a new entry, but you know, just doesn't match up. Probably is going to come back down a little bit to create a better entry. Seller, are you moving down to the seller? Let's see. It's getting close. Seller's getting close. Probably is going to come back down here and retest this guy, which is going to be about 420. Hollow chain, just no volume on this. It's just no volume. Not a buy. BitTorrent, and that one is trying to move up a little bit. The buy, no buys, and win. Lots of, yeah, actually there's a lot of volume on this guy. Nice buy here with the sell back up here. Ultimately, I think this guy has the sell. He wants to, this guy wants to move up and out. This guy wants to so bad to move up and out. You know, we've got support here, which we're finding support here again. If we come back down here, I would say this is probably a good buy at about 732, which is really not much lower than where it currently is right now. But really, ARPA is the only one that looks good. ARPA is the only one that looks good. So we'll keep an eye on this trade. Again, with a stop loss at about 1,300, or I guess that's probably about 1.3 cents, right? We're looking to get out up there at about 1.6 cents. So that's going to be the trade. But this is not financial advice. You're responsible for your own trades, managing your own risk, doing your own research. Agreed, H-bar does look interesting. It just doesn't match my criteria to buy right now. But I do think that probably a lot of these alts are going to have significant upside momentum. What we're looking for is a swing, a scalp, if you will, something that's probably going to last like a day, maybe two. So this one's the only one that really looks good right now. But if this video did help you in any way, shape, or form, like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. And of course, wherever you are in the world, I hope you're having a good day, a good night, a good evening. Stay happy.